Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into a legal battle that could reshape the entire AI landscape. The News/Media Alliance, representing some of the biggest names in news, has just launched a major lawsuit against AI company Cohere, accusing them of blatant content theft. But is this a David versus Goliath battle? Or a necessary step to protect the future of journalism? Stick around, because we're about to break it all down. So, what's the core of the issue? The News/Media Alliance claims Cohere is using their copyrighted articles to train its AI models without permission or proper licensing. They argue this unauthorized data scraping is not only illegal but also undermines the very foundation of the news industry. Think about it. These news organizations invest millions in reporters, investigations, and fact-checking. Now, AI companies are potentially profiting off their hard work without contributing a dime. Ouch. This isn't just about money. It's about the value of original content. Let's talk about the immediate impacts. Firstly, this lawsuit is going to be expensive. Legal fees are never cheap, and news organizations involved will be diverting resources away from actual news gathering. Secondly, there's a huge shift in focus. Instead of focusing on investigative journalism and breaking news, they're now dealing with legal strategy and court battles. And thirdly, if the court grants an injunction, Cohere might be forced to temporarily halt certain AI model training. This could disrupt their entire product development roadmap. Talk about a major headache. But the real game changer here is the precedent this lawsuit could set. The outcome will define the legal boundaries of using copyrighted news content for AI training. A win for the News/Media Alliance could drastically strengthen copyright protections, not just for news, but for all content creators. Imagine the implications. On the flip side, a loss could open the floodgates for unchecked AI data scraping. This is a high-stakes gamble with massive repercussions. Now, let's fast forward a bit. Successful lawsuits or licensing negotiations could create new revenue streams for struggling news organizations. This could be a lifeline in an era of declining advertising revenue. But it could also accelerate the transition to new business models that are more AI compatible, focusing on premium content, subscriptions, and direct audience engagement. This could ultimately restructure the entire media landscape. It's a tough, but potentially necessary evolution. Let's flip the script and look at the impact on the tech and AI industries. Immediately, AI companies, especially those relying on scraped data, will face increased investor scrutiny. No one wants to back a company that's constantly facing legal battles. Plus, there could be supply chain disruptions if they're forced to remove infringing content from their training datasets. Imagine having to rebuild your entire AI model from scratch. That's a nightmare scenario. In the long run, AI companies will have to invest heavily in compliance measures to avoid copyright infringement. This means developing methods for identifying and removing infringing content, which is a complex and costly undertaking. The uncertainty surrounding copyright law could also slow down innovation. Companies might become more cautious about using copyrighted data, leading to a temporary pause in AI development. Is it worth the risk? That's the question they're all asking themselves. But there's a silver lining here. This lawsuit could encourage the development of more ethical AI practices. Think transparency, accountability, and respect for copyright law. We might even see the rise of new business models, companies that specialize in licensing content to AI developers or providing tools for identifying infringing content. The market will adapt, but the question is, who will come out on top? Here's a potentially scary thought. Only large AI companies with the resources to navigate the legal landscape and negotiate licensing agreements might survive. This could lead to a greater concentration of power in the AI industry, with a few dominant players controlling the future of AI. We need to be mindful of this and ensure that smaller players and independent developers aren't squeezed out. The future of AI should be diverse and inclusive. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This lawsuit is raising public awareness about the ethical and legal issues surrounding AI content creation. It's sparking a debate about fair use in the context of AI and the appropriate balance between protecting copyright and fostering innovation. This is a conversation we need to have as a society. What rights do content creators have in the age of AI? And how do we ensure that AI benefits everyone, not just a select few? If news organizations are unable to secure adequate compensation for their content, it could lead to a decline in the quality and quantity of journalism. This has negative consequences for public discourse and democratic accountability. A well-informed public is crucial for a healthy democracy. Furthermore, if AI-generated content becomes a substitute for human-generated content, it could lead to job displacement in the media industry. This is a real concern that needs to be addressed with retraining programs and new economic opportunities. Here's a chilling thought. If AI systems are trained on biased or inaccurate data, it could lead to the spread of misinformation and erosion of trust in information sources. We're already battling fake news. The rise of AI could make things exponentially worse. This lawsuit could influence how people consume information, with a potential shift towards reliance on licensed and verified content sources. Trustworthy sources will become more valuable than ever. The outcome of this lawsuit will have broader implications for the entire innovation ecosystem. It will influence the incentives for creating and distributing content and the development of new technologies. We need to strike a balance that encourages innovation while protecting the rights of content creators. This is a complex challenge with no easy answers. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the technical risks involved. One major issue is AI accuracy and the potential for hallucinations, where AI systems produce factually incorrect information. This poses a significant risk to the reliability and trustworthiness of AI-generated content. Imagine an AI writing a news article that's completely fabricated. The consequences could be devastating. The core technical risk revolves around unauthorized data scraping and the use of copyrighted material to train AI models. This could lead to legal challenges and potential liabilities for AI companies. Furthermore, the fact that Cohere was allegedly accessing content behind paywalls and ignoring bot blocking measures raises serious security and ethical concerns. This is a clear violation of access controls and a blatant disregard for copyright law. From a business perspective, the lawsuit itself represents a significant risk for Cohere and other AI companies engaging in similar practices. Potential damages and legal fees could be substantial, potentially crippling their operations. The negative publicity associated with copyright infringement could also damage their reputation and brand, making it harder to attract customers and investors. The unauthorized use of news content could undercut the business models of news publishers, reducing subscriptions and advertising revenue. This could lead to a decline in the quality and availability of news. Companies that prioritize ethical data sourcing and licensing might face a competitive disadvantage compared to those that engage in unauthorized data scraping. This is a classic case of playing by the rules versus taking shortcuts. The increasing scrutiny of AI practices could lead to new regulations and policies that restrict the use of copyrighted material in AI training. Investors may become hesitant to invest in AI companies that are facing legal challenges or have a reputation for unethical data practices. The regulatory landscape is constantly evolving, and AI companies need to be prepared to adapt. Ethically, the unauthorized use of copyrighted material is a clear violation. There's a lack of transparency and consent in the use of news content for AI training. This raises fundamental questions about fairness and respect for intellectual property rights. We need to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a responsible and ethical manner. The use of biased or inaccurate data in AI training could lead to the creation of AI systems that perpetuate harmful stereotypes or spread misinformation. The automation of content creation through AI could lead to job displacement in the news and media industries. And if AI systems are used to generate fake or misleading news content, it could erode trust in news media and undermine the public's ability to access reliable information. These are serious ethical considerations that we can't afford to ignore. So, what's the bottom line? This lawsuit is a pivotal moment that could reshape the relationship between the media industry and the AI industry. It has far-reaching consequences for content creation, copyright law, and the future of information. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it's a conversation we need to have. What do you think? Should AI companies be allowed to use copyrighted content for training purposes? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the latest AI news. Thanks for watching. The future is being written right now. The choices we make today about AI and copyright will determine the kind of world we live in tomorrow. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let your voice be heard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.